Avengers Age of Ultron. Is it Avengers Empire Strikes Back or Avengers Attack of the Clones? So, after Tony Stark and Bruce Banner's long past experience with human casualties, they team up and decide to create a world shield in Tony Stark's mind, or an AI, and they name it Ultron, of course. To their misfortune, Ultron creates in his mind an idea of human extinction.
There are no strings on me.
Yep, good morning. So, Avengers Age of Ultron, let's get started. Okay, so Tony Stark is returning from Iron Man 3. Captain America's returning from Captain America the Winter Soldier. And Thor's returning from
the Dark
I forget. World. Of course, there's the Hulk and Black Widow, and there's like a Black Widow and Hulk like romance. In the past movie, as like a lot of stuff went down, we loved the first movie.
Yes,
it was one of the greatest Marvel movies ever made.
Yes, yes.
So, well, yeah, it's a bit, I'm gonna say it's pretty similar to the first one.
Yep.
Because the first one was basically, it will never have the magic of the first one, because the first one had all these different superheroes, and it's one of the first time this has ever happened.
The crossover.
All these different movies building up to this one big movie, and they're all joined together from the comics. Like, how can you not love that? And how can you beat that?
The main thing that's wrong with this movie is that there's way too much in it. You can obviously see that Marvel has interfered with the production in this movie, because they've asked Joss Whedon to like set up this, and it just goes. There's so much. There's like set up for Black Panther. There's set up for Infinity War. There's set up for Thor Ragnarok. There's set up for this.
Yeah, it's really like throwing itself into the future. In this movie, they try and make Jeremy Renner's character Hawkeye better, like,
give more development.
They gave him some good development. Like, I'm gonna say that was probably one of the strongest parts of the movie.
Yeah, and
like the family with Hawkeye and the place where he lives and his escape from aliens and monsters and all that.
I'm kind of getting sick of Iron Man at the moment. In the first Avengers, it was kind of the main focus. Like, he saved the day in the first film, pretty much. And then the second one, he gets the main focus once again.
Here's my theory, right?
He is the most marketable character in the movies, right?
Yeah, okay.
Because he has a futuristic suit, right? So
Marvel did good. Marvel stepped up from their crappy game and they did good. Iron Man. They loved Robert Downey Jr.'s performance as Tony Stark because he is made for the role. I agree. He is. He is the best Tony Stark you could possibly get. But they're taking that too far. They think that's their best accomplishment, and they're going to throw it at you in every single movie. Oh, look, it's Tony Stark. Oh, look, Tony Stark. Oh, yeah, he made a joke because it's Tony Stark. And they're just trying to make him the main focus, and this is getting a bit weak.
yeah.
Like, it's getting a bit, like, I've seen it before. Like, can we focus on a bit more? Because there are people who are a bit more interesting than Tony Stark.
I wish they could focus more on Captain America, because Captain America...
Yeah, he's really interesting. He's a good character.
Let's talk about the villain, Ultron. He is a great villain. I was so surprised of how funny he was. Like,
a robot, comedic, he follows in Tony Stark's footsteps, basically. Because you want to see Ultron. He's charismatic. Like, if you just made him just a brainless robot, like, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy's Ronan,
And Ultron, he's a very different villain. He's more like Loki, but it's fine, I guess.
they're just, and they know, Marvel knows that they're adding charisma to their villains, kind of makes them a bit of a better villain. I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm not saying that every villain has to be charismatic to be better.
I'm not going to really spoil it, but Vision's in the movie, I'm pretty sure you know about that.
Yeah, and he's awesome.
Awesome. Like, he is a great character. He's
like a godlike character.
He's such a god-like character.
I'm not going to spoil it, but Vision and Ultron, there's a scene at the end that's really, really, really good.
Yeah, it's a great scene.
And it shows how much it shows what we are as a human race.
Yeah.
And how we are to something huge like that if that would happen.
Yeah.
And what we live up to, what we see, the good and the bad. People aren't always bad, they just have a different point of view. The cinematography in this film wasn't exactly memorable. It was more like Avengers 1.
No, I think it's better. I think the action's handled well. Way better than the first film. Because in the first film you had this action scene at the start, it's like, it's so choppy, it's not shaky cam, it's just so choppy, it's so fastly edited, and you can't really see what's going on. In this film, it's so well edited, so well directed by Joss Whedon. He learned his mistakes, and he gave us a well directed punch with the Avengers, especially at the opening, and it's a great opening shot with the whole team. It's a perfect way to start the film, in my opinion. So yeah, the great shot. It's fun. It's adventurous.
The best way they could have started off that movie. It kind of dips down a little bit, and then gets better, then dips down a little bit.
Well, there's a cool party scene, and it's funny. It's cool, I guess. I found the humor a bit forced. It's very lighthearted. I just think the tone doesn't lend itself to a lot of humor. I think there should be some humor in it, as much as the first film, not Guardians of the Galaxy level humor.
This movie was good. It was a good sequel, I'm gonna say. It wasn't as good as some of the Phase 2 films like Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. But I enjoyed it. It's worth seeing. It's got good action and it's got some good scenes, and I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was not as good as the first film, of course, but you can't really do that much, because how can you beat the first film? There's too much in it, obviously. That's the main problem. Like, this review's gone for way too long, right? Because there's so much shit in it. It's not a bad film. It's not a mediocre film. It's a good movie, okay? It's a good, fun movie. It's fun. It's got some great humor when it's needed. Probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's a good movie. It's a satisfying sequel, I guess. I'm looking forward to Ant-Man and Civil War.
Thanks, guys, for watching. We're sorry if this went for too long.
Because
and if you're sticking around, if you're still with us,
yeah,
thank you. Comment in the below that you stuck with us. No comments. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye!